G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you, and this one is quite exciting. I think this is my 50th video on the channel, and it's quite fitting that it is also going to be the culmination of the recent Infinity Gauntlet campaign that we've been playing. So yeah, this is the final showdown. We're going to be taking on Thanos today. So we've battled a whole bunch of his villains in the lead up to this. We've taken on Loki in the first game, then Legion, and finally we took on trying to think who it was. Vulture. That's right. We took on Vulture. It was a villain that didn't start with L that time. So yeah, we've fought our way through those villains. We've unfortunately coughed up three Infinity Stones to Thanos on the way, so each of those villains was able to claim at least one, or was able to claim one stone each. So that's what we're coming into this battle with. So we're going to be taking on Thanos. He's got his gauntlet over there with three of the stones. He's got, I think, the Mind Stone, the Power Stone, and the Space Stone. Well, I've just realised I haven't got Thanos out, so I'll have to grab him, and he's going to be taking on a team of, I guess, anti-heroes or supervillains, because this is this whole campaign was a bit of it was sort of like the brainchild of one of the viewers, a bear killer, who really requested, he wanted to see Thanos taking on Apocalypse in particular. So we've got Apocalypse going to be taking him on, and then perhaps ill-advisedly, seeing as we were going to be taking Apocalypse, I really like the idea of a bunch of these big, sort of too big for their boots, anti-heroes, in the likes of Doctor Doom and Magneto also teaming up with him. So I thought all these guys wearing the capes could take on Thanos. So we've got Doctor Doom there, and we've got Magneto, okay, flying around with these bits of metal flying around him there. And then there wasn't quite another sort of villain on the same scale, but I think it was a bear killer again that suggested, when I was mentioning that I wasn't sure who I was going to take as the fourth team member, why don't we take Bob? So Bob, Agent of Hydra from the Deadpool expansion, is going to team up with them as well. So this is the final battle. I'll just quickly grab Thanos, and we can show him off. Okay, so here is Thanos. There he is. And we'll pop him in his location here. So in this scenario, we actually have another 6 locations. So this camp, or I should say this expansion, the Infinity Gauntlet campaign, actually has 6 locations that we've used 2 each throughout the previous games. And it also comes with another 6 locations which are specific to this final showdown. So they have a gold sort of back on the back of them, sort of thing, so you can designate, or you can work out which is which. So we're using these locations, and this is called Thanos' Palace. So I thought that would be a cool spot to put Thanos. We've got Sanctuary, Titan, Avengers Mansion, Wakanda Fields, and the Quantum Tunnel. I just sort of randomly put those ones out there as well. So that's what we're going to be doing. We also have, just before I dive into the threats and the Thanos himself, as part of the previous games as well, if you haven't been watching those, we've been earning power-ups as well. Perhaps not enough, but we've got these power-up cards that we can use to sort of help even the odds against this very tough mission. So what we have here are 3 cards here. They don't get used up or anything, they're constantly in effect. So if we can ever earn 2 heroic symbols in a turn with our cards, we also get a bonus movement. If we can put together 2 punching tokens or punching symbols as well, we can also earn movement there. Or if we can do both, we can obviously earn two extra movement there. And also, if we can generate 2 movement, that is also going to earn us a star as well from our cards. I don't believe we can earn, say, the 2 movement from these to then also generate a star. I think that all of these have to come from the cards themselves, and I don't believe we can use wilds to affect these as well. So But if we can generate these off the cards, that's what we're going to get. Now, unfortunately, though, I've flagged this before in a couple of videos, but these supervillains, and this is probably the reason why these aren't the best, this isn't the best team maybe to take against Thanos, is that they don't tend to... They do seem to have a lot of cards that either, force, they're big powerful cards, but they then force you to flip the card face down, or, you can't use the card before you, or whatever it might be. So they have a lot of effects which mean that the other heroes coming after them don't really get to benefit from them. So I've got a feeling we're not going to be able to generate a lot of these because we're just not going to have the cards that have a lot of symbols on the bottom that you can sort of put together from turn to turn sort of thing. So we'll just have to see how that goes. All right, well, let's look at Thanos. Now, Thanos doesn't have any special setup apart from the fact that he comes with his own sort of locations and that sort of thing. So let's look at his dashboard, though. He's coming in with the 4-player game here. He's coming in with 14 health, so that's pretty scary. He's also got his special rule is that when a hero is KO'd, Thanos doesn't activate his BAM. So normally if a hero gets KO'd, that triggers the BAM effect again. But what he does instead is that the hero is eliminated from the game and replaced by a new hero. So that's quite nasty. Now I've got waiting in the wings some other heroes to the side there to bring in if they do start getting eliminated. I've only selected 3 of them though because essentially this ties in with his villainous plot, which is heroes lose if the number of heroes eliminated from the game equals the starting number of heroes. So essentially if we've got four starting heroes, so essentially if 4 heroes get KO'd throughout the game, essentially eliminating them, we lose. So we can't afford to lose 4 heroes. So therefore that's why I've only got the 3 extras. Because if we did have to replace a 4th one, that would be game over already. So let's see what his actual BAM is. His BAM is deal 2 damage to each hero in his location. So each hero, so if he catches us in a spot, that's not going to be great for us. But he also does a damage to each hero in adjacent locations. So even if we're spreading out, like he's likely to still be able to hit a fair amount of us. So if he's dealing all this damage to us, that's not good. Now, I suppose that's the name of the game, though, isn't it? That's why he's so tough. Lots of other things going on too. Now, this one here, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, so apologies if I make some mistakes with this, but we'll see how we go. For each thug token that can't be added to a location, so this is the overflow effect, so he'll have a bunch of effects where he's trying to put down thug tokens, and some of his henchmen will be doing that as well. For each thug token that can't be added to a location, turn the leftmost civilian token in that location into a thug. If 1 or more thug tokens can't be added to a location and there are no civilian tokens there, play another master plan card. So that's interesting. Okay. So he's going to be racing out the clock there. Because another way we can lose is if he just plays through his whole deck. Plus he's got Infinity Stones in there, so the more he's playing through this Master Plan deck, the more likely it is to see more of those Infinity Stones, which are pretty nasty. So if 1 or more thugs can't be added to a location and there are no civilian tokens, so he's essentially... Okay, so if we rescue a bunch of the civilians, and you'll notice that, I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but all the locations that we use in the Infinity Gauntlet finale, they are all full up already with civilians. So the whole board is stacked with civilians. So there's going to be overflowing for sure. But what's going to happen is for each token that can't be added, turn the leftmost one into... So he basically replaces them with thugs. And then if we rescue a bunch of them, if 1 or more can't be added to a location and there are no tokens there, play another master plan. Okay, so if they fill up with thugs, that's not great either, because then he's going to start racing things out. My goodness. All right. And we've seen what happens with his villainous plot there, so pretty nasty. Now let's have a look at his threats as well. So starting with where he is, he's got the Chitauri army, and he's also got this over at the Avengers Mansion. This says, so to clear this we have to put heroic symbols down, and then each thug in this location requires 3 damage to be defeated. So he's essentially making them into little mini henchmen, which is yeah, pretty hard to deal with. So we've got to get rid of those. Now Proxima Midnight, every time he bams, she is going to also bam, and she's going to discard all of the civilians from this location, and if there are no civilians in this location, so basically, so if she bams, she's going to discard all of the guys from there. Then if she bams again and there's no one there, no civilians there, then deal a damage to a hero anywhere. So that's, we get to choose, but that's, yeah, we can't hide from that. So only way to hide from that is to take her out. Then you've got the big guy, Black Dwarf. So if Thanos bams, he will also bam and deal a damage to each hero in this location. Pretty straightforward, but he's got 6 health, so it's going to take a while to knock him down. So he's probably going to get to hit a few of us if we're stuck there trying to take him out. Let's see, who have we got? Ebony Moore. So if Thanos lands in this location, after resolving the current master plan card, we immediately play another master plan card. So, whew, not good. He's got 4 health. Oh, we've got another Chitauri there. That was, I mentioned that. That's already at Avengers Mansion. And we have Corvus Glaive is our last threat. He's got 5 health. If Thanos lands here, this guy adds 2 thugs to the location, so he sort of immediately starts racing that. You might have noticed already as well, I don't know if you can see that from where you are, but I actually don't have enough. I'm using these upgraded tokens from Minis from Mars for my civilians. These little, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know what you'd call them. Are they, I guess they're 3D printed. I don't know if they're acrylic or whatever that material is, but I've only got, I'm not even sure how many I have, but because these all start with these locations, I'm actually short 1. So I'm just using this little invulnerable token here because it's blue, just as an extra civilian token there. Okay, so I think we've explained everything there. I think let's put the health back on these characters. So 4 health on Ebony Moore, 6 health on Black Dwarf, 4 on Proxima Midnight, 5 on Corvus Glaive. Oh god, I don't really like any of these threats. The civilians, okay, and they're all on there. Let's see, we're good here. Alright, we'll just put the 14 health, gosh, on Thanos, so we're going to have enough damage to deal out later on, I don't know, but we have our heroes waiting in the wings. Let's just go through our starting hands and get started, I guess. So let's have a look. So we've got a starting hand card here for, whoopsie, Apocalypse. So we'll have a look at that in a second. We'll just shuffle his deck up a little bit here and draw another 2 cards. So he's going to come in with, oh wow, see, oh they've got some things on them, but I think these are all going to have to, yeah, okay, let's have a look. So this one, you do not have to use this ability because it's not in black, but it says Immortality. This is his starting hand card. Draw a card. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, when you are KO'd, the villain doesn't activate their BAM or any alternate effect. So when you are KO'd, the villain doesn't activate their BAM or any alternate effect. Well, he wasn't going to activate his BAM anyway, so this isn't necessarily the most useful. And as far as I can tell, that doesn't stop, because it's not, he doesn't eliminate us from his BAM, he eliminates us from this special rule. Now it does say from any alternate effect. When you are KO'd, the villain doesn't activate their BAM or any alternate effect, but it's not necessarily the villain activating an alternate effect, it's just a scenario special rule. I don't know. I'd like to think that Apocalypse's immortality is going to save him here from Thanos, but I don't think it does. So you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about that, but I don't think this is, I think this is almost going to be a dead card. apart from the being able to draw a card when you play it and giving us a movement. I don't know that that's actually that useful. Now, oh gosh, okay, good shuffling, Daniel. We've got 2 of the same card here, so they both have the same effect at the bottom. Survival of the fittest. You must deal a damage to everything else in your location. Discard all civilians there at the end of your turn. Turn this card face down. Oh my goodness. And this is our starting hand. Oh no. If we're forced to play this, we're going to have to move away just so we don't damage all of our heroes. And then we're going to wipe out all of the civilians there, which we could have been using to rescue to work towards that mission. Oh gosh, I hope I draw I guess I'm just going to have to either play this sort of useless card or play whatever else I draw there. Hopefully it's not another one of these, because otherwise that's really working against us. Already I can see this plan of using all these anti-heroes isn't going exactly the right way we want it to. Let's have a look at our starting hand card for Dr. Doom, and again, let's see if we can do a better shuffle this time. Let's draw another 2. Okay. Oh man, we've done it again. We've got 2 of the same card plus starting. Oh god. Okay, so starting hand card is Pain is for lesser mana. As long as this card is face up, for each damage you take during a villain turn, you may gain a movement, a star, or a punch. Okay, so if he starts getting damaged, we can do stuff with him until he gets eliminated. Interesting. Then mine is the power. This turn you can use the symbols at the bottom of the previous 3 hero cards instead of only the previous 1, and then turn them all face down. Oh, interesting. But the problem is then he's the previous 3 hero cards in the straight line. I'll then turn them all face down, so not this one. Okay, the problem is a lot of these previous cards are probably going to be apocalypses, and they're already going to be face down. So, already nerfing his power. Alright, good team, good team. Let's see, and we've got Magneto. Now I did say as well, if this goes all pear-shaped and they only last about a turn before getting wiped out, or it's not a very exciting game, I might revisit this. We can do a redo with a team of heroes that actually might stand a bit of a better chance. I don't necessarily want to really tailor one for the mission, but even just sort of picking some good guy heroes essentially that aren't going to sort of keep sort of working against each other. Anyway, we've got 3 cards here for Magneto. He doesn't have any starting hand cards, I don't believe, so here we go. He's got some interesting ones here. So this is another example of, he's got a big powerful effect, but he doesn't really help anyone else. And then he's just got his 2 regular cards there as well. Wow, that's not a great card to start. It feels like this, our previous game, we really started. We kept drawing a lot of these really just basic sort of movements or just a single symbol cards in the last game, and that really hurt us against Vulture, so hopefully we can get some better hands soon. But this one here, split as you like in yours and adjacent locations, so that's quite versatile. But I noticed there's not a lot of heroics here, and that's going to be interesting too, because I've got a feeling just with the nature of these guys, they're probably not going to have a lot of stars, and really we want to be rescuing these guys because that's all there is at the moment. Oh well. We've also got Bob. Alright Bob, what have you got for us, buddy? 1, 2, 3. Okie dokie. Oh, there you go, there's a star. Star, a wild, but then we've also got this one here. Throw clumsily. Give 2 punch tokens from your pool to another hero in your location, and then accelerate the next villain turn by 1 card. Ooh, that's not great. Okay, I feel like Bob's going to probably have a lot of these sort of fun effects, but then he's going to like soup up the villain for doing that. Okay. Alright, well there you go. That's our starting cards. We're good to go. I think it's time to draw a card for Thanos here. Let's see what happens. I'll take a seat and let's get started. Alright, so he's going to, according to this, he's going to move 1 and then bam, and we'll see what happens after that. So he's going to move in. Now he wants to bam, so he is going to do 2 damage to anyone who is here, 1 damage to anyone on this side. Then he is going to he's going to add, well, hold on, actually before we do the thugs, let's also go through the bam. So starting from where he is, she's going to discard all of these civilians. They're going to go into the tray there. He's going to deal damage to his location. This doesn't trigger because Thanos didn't land there. And then Corvus Glaive also doesn't trigger, so there's only 2 bams of these two. Okay. Alright, so then Thanos wants to place civilians down. Now he's just going to place 1 in here because they've all been cleared out. Then he also wants to place 1 in each of these locations as well. So I think leftmost. So is that right? We leftmost. Where is it? Turn the leftmost token in that location into a thug. Yes. Okay. So we replace that one, and then we also replace 1 here with another thug. Okay. Alright, well, let's see what Apocalypse draws. Oh, he's got another interesting one. What does that do? Molecular manipulation. You must draw 2 cards if possible. Well, that's going to keep us healthy. At the end of your turn, turn this card face down. Ugh. Well, in the interest of not wiping out all of the... because we don't want to discard these guys, we want to keep them alive. Ugh. So if I play one of these for its punch effects, it's essentially forcing us to do this. Anything on Apocalypse's card, or any card really, that has the black box there with the white text is a forced effect, not an optional effect. But I think we're either going to have to play Immortality or Self-Molecular Manipulation. But this is going to give us a big hand to start with, so we can keep Apocalypse alive for a little while, I guess. Plus it gives us a wild that we can use this turn. Right. I really don't like the idea of Ebony Maw racing this deck, but it's only if he lands there, right? Boy, oh boy, it's almost feel like I should use the wild for rescuing rather than anything else. Maybe I will rescue instead. So let's place that there. We'll spend a heroic to, or spend a wild to do a heroic. And then we've got to turn this face down. I've got to draw 2 cards. So we've rescued 1 civilian. We're drawing 2 cards. Okay, so we just got another molecular self-molecular manipulation, and we got just a straight up punch. Okay, so that's going to be Apocalypse's turn. Now we've got to draw a card for Dr. Doom here. Right, so we've got a wild minus the power. I almost feel like I shouldn't play those. These ones don't feel like they're worth playing yet because we don't have enough cards out there, and the only card that's before us is a blank, so that's not that useful. We've got this pain is for lesser men. That's could set us up. As long as this card is face up, if you take damage during a villain turn, you may gain tokens, but then we're only getting a single movement, which isn't really even enough to help us power up or anything. So let's just do another single wild, I guess. Now in this case, boy, oh boy. In this case, I feel like maybe I would like to use the wild as a punch. Just to maybe set Ebony Maw up for a attack from Magneto. So let's do that. Okay, so one punch on Ebony Maw and working towards that threat there. And our final turn, before Thanos goes again, we've just drawn a single wild. Continuing, see we've got double punch here. But I think I'd just like to get rid of Ebony Maw straight up, I think. So let's do that. Doesn't help us with the next turn though, does it? Bob. What are you up to, Bob? Alright, so let's use those 3 punches, split as you like in your and adjacent locations. Now that is 2 punches there, but I believe the power-ups only come into effect if the punches are generated at the bottom of the card. So yeah, we're not triggering this power-up. Oh gosh, we've stayed where we are. Oh no, that could be a terrible... That could be a terrible decision. Because we could all be about to get hit for 2. Right, or all hit for 1. But it is what it is. Alright, well we've got rid of Ebony Maw at least, so let's get rid of him. Should we put him... Yeah, let's put him over here. Where's his threat thing there? There we go. Oh, now what does this say though? We have cleared that. You may gain a wild token. Oh. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, where are my wild... Wow, okay. You may gain a wild token for each other hero in this location. So I just straight up earned 3 wilds. Now what we've got to do is make sure that Magneto stays alive though. At least till his next turn, because I think if you get eliminated, you probably lose all your tokens. Yeah, okay. Someone I think mentioned that in the Discord the other day too. I think I agree with them. Well, depends on if it happens to me or not, then we'll see if I agree. Okay, so... is there anything else to decide? I think we've done everything. I think it's just Thanos. Alright, so let's see what... Oh no! What is this? It's an Infinity Stone already. Oh no! Deal 1 damage to each hero in the game, so we all just take a... Well, I guess we're... Okay, so we all take a damage. Alright, so Bob has to lose 1. Oh, man. I guess we lose the heroic. Magneto, I guess we just lose the single movement. Dr. Doom. Should we lose one of his minus the powers, or should we lose this? I feel like now that we've lost a health, he's only got 2 cards left. If we play that, I just feel like that's another turn where we're not probably doing much. And if we're banking on getting hit a lot, that's not a great... So I think maybe let's get rid of that one. Now, Apocalypse. What can you lose? Maybe the Immortality one, because it just doesn't do anything. I mean, drawing a card is not bad, it's sort of healing us, but yeah, okay. Right. Bit worried about Magneto now because he's only got the 2 health, and so before he gets to go, Thanos is going to go again, isn't he? Because we're going to have Bob, Apocalypse, and Dr. Doom before Thanos' next turn. Oh. What does it say at the top there? Sorry, I didn't even read that. Infinity, place this card on Thanos' deck. Oh, that's in the Infinity battle, sorry, I was just looking at that top. I thought, oh, what am I supposed to do here? But that's just an instruction for the previous battles. We had to put that into his deck. There we go. Alright. So that's there, and we now go on to Bob. So Bob's got to draw a card. Ooh, Plan Z. What does this say? Plan Z. I hope I was. Did I hold? Oh, sorry. I don't know if I held that steadily enough and held it up long enough. Hopefully, you guys can read that. So, add 2 of any of those things we want from the pool to the corresponding mission card of your choice. Accelerate the next villain turn by 1 card. Oh, we'd have to speed up the... So we'd only get Bob's turn, and then so Bob would only be able to. So Bob would only be able to move if he played this, but we would be essentially clearing 1. No, we wouldn't be, because there's. I don't have another mission card in the pool. Like a mission token, so I couldn't choose it. I thought that'd be a good one to use, just to clear 1 straight away. I could just work on civilians. Is it worth putting? Is it worth? I suppose this is essentially like playing a movement and then 2 heroics. Or we could just do a wild. I'm just a bit worried about accelerating the next villain turn. Oh, Bob. Or do I just play a wild? Hope that I can survive with Bob long enough to then use these wilds later on. Oh my goodness. Because I could gain more wilds here, couldn't I? This is dangerous. Ugh. Is it worth moving away from... I mean, moving away from Thanos doesn't even necessarily save me, but... let's give it a shot. Okay, let's put that one down. This could be really dangerous. Let's just do a single... wild there, which I guess is rescuing a single civilian but then gaining us 3 wild tokens. I mean, maybe that's not a bad move. It's risky though, isn't it? It is risky. Alright, then Apocalypse. I get to draw a card. Alright, Apocalypse, you have to move. And we do have a wild there. Oh, this is interesting. This card face down. This is interesting. So if I do... If I just played my wild, I'm just thinking Dr. Doom could come in with his previous 3 cards. He could do a wild, or a punch. So wild, and then whatever he's got, which is I think a wild, so that would be 3 wilds on his turn. Or if I played, say, this one, I could move and punch, but what's that going to do? It's just punching Black Dwarf plus a wild. He could like rescue a civilian or something. I don't know if I really want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is play... I think what I'm going to do is play this one. And I'm going to... it's almost... see, the thing is, it's almost better Apocalypse. I was going to move with Apocalypse, but Apocalypse is the one who can probably survive the longest, so he should be probably the one who should be gaining these tokens and staying here. And all I was really going to do was work towards, I mean, I suppose I could be working towards those. But what I might do, yeah, is play that wild. It's going to give me 2 wilds, so I can rescue 2 civilians. Are you guys watching this going, what are you doing? You're making terrible choices, or are you sitting there thinking, big brain moves, Meeple Monkey? All right, so let's see, we rescued 2. Then we also get another 3. Oh, I'm about to run out of these tokens. Are these finite? Are there only this many in the thing? All right, 1, 2, 3. Now, then what do I do with Apocalypse's cards? Then Doctor Doom is going to go. He gets to draw a card. Oh, he gets a single wild, but I think now's the time. This is, I mean, I could be looking at the previous 3 cards, but I don't, with these characters, I think this is likely to be one of the best situations to use it in. So let's go. Here's the previous 3 hero cards. So essentially 1, 2, and this one. So I get 3 wilds. Let's place this one down, and then we have to place this one down, but that doesn't really affect us too much. And then, so 3 wilds, what are we going to do with these? I think someone has to move, right? So I would like to move this way and maybe put 2 wilds down on this location as heroics. Okay. So that when these guys do start getting turned into thugs, we can deal with them a bit more easily if we can get rid of that. So we've used 1 to move, and then 2 wilds as heroics. Okay. Yeah, we're really not getting any benefit out of these power-ups, are we? Because all of their symbols are wilds. If they're showing at all. Okay. So that was all the heroes. Now we just have to hope that Magneto can hold out and maybe Bob can hold out. Let's see what Thanos decides to do. Let's hold it up for you. You guys can see that. I'll try and hold it steady. You guys can let me know through the camera whether this is terrible. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is terrible. Oh, we've lost all agency in the game. From now on, heroes must play their hero card randomly. Oh, that's... Oh, good night. I mean, that doesn't do anything bad to us this turn. But, oh my goodness, all agency is taken out, especially with these guys' horrible cards. Oh no. Alright, well, let's get into it. If we can pull this one off, it's amazing. Alright, so... I guess the lucky thing is with those Power Stones, nothing else bad is happening. Alright, well, I did say I wanted Magneto to survive, so we got our wish there. Let's draw another card. So that's sort of Genius Intelligence. What does it say there? This turn you can treat movement as... Oh man, I wish we'd been playing movements as wilds. Okay, but we have to... I guess what I have to do is... randomly pick the card that I'm going to play. So I'll just show you guys that I'm doing that randomly here. And then I have to, then I guess I have to make my plans and then I can choose how to spend these. I guess it's lucky we built up a bank of these with each of the heroes or a bunch of them, because that's going to, I guess, help us out a little bit. Alright, so what did we get? Oh, we got the Genius Intelligence one. So, it's going to let us move and do a wild, and potentially if we wanted to stay here we could treat that as 2 wilds, but I don't think that's the case. I think we want to move. Now, do we spread ourselves out or not? I think I want to head over here and just take care of this, and then I can... Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah, this could be good. Who's got... Okay, Bob's got a bunch there. Apocalypse has got a bunch there. Okay, So Magneto's going to head over here with his movement. Then he's going to use his wild to unlock this. So that's going to clear another threat. Then that's yeah, we've already sort of done those, that's fine. Then I may as well spend them while I've got them. See, these could be really useful for down the track taking out Thanos, but I think we need to kick into gear and get this cleared as quick as possible. Now we've got to clear these threats and rescue these civilians. So I'm going to actually rescue 3 civilians with Magneto, just to put us that much closer with those wilds. Then, now here's the problem. Bob could trigger Thanos' next turn right now if he gets Plan Z or throw clumsily. So there's a 2 out of 3 chance that Thanos is actually going to get to go next. Alright. Because normally we'd have 3 hero turns, but if Bob is going to accelerate that, that means it's after Bob's turn because he's the second hero. Alright. Oh no, and I probably would have rather had the other one too. Okay. Give 2 tokens from the pool to another hero in your location. So I guess we're giving 2 punches to... and look, I still haven't been able to put together anything with the power-ups either. So that's going to go to Apocalypse, so he's at least going to have a big turn, I guess. Then throw clumsily, accelerate, and then he just essentially gets to move and do a wild. And I've got other wilds as well. I've got 3 other wilds, so I can do a lot with Bob. So, question is, does Bob move over here to try and take on the Black Dwarf? Because Black Dwarf, he only deals damage to heroes in his location, so he's not really... I feel like Proxima with her effect or Corvus Glaive, they're working towards like getting Thanos in the position to keep pushing his cards out. They're the bigger threats. Oh, I forgot to say, you may draw cards until you have 3 in hand. Is that for... Oh, excellent. Okay, sorry guys, I did miss this. At the end of your turn, in Magneto's turn, he essentially gets to draw a card. So he's got 1 more card. He's got another intelligence card here. This one says prodigal intelligence, or prodigal. This turn you can treat all symbols as wilds. Okay, so that's his cards there if he's still alive into the next turn. But I've got to decide. I potentially have a lot of movement here if I use these wilds as movement, so I can get myself to somewhere more useful if I want to. Okay, so what could I do? I mean, I could move Bob here and heal myself with Bob. That's maybe not a bad idea in terms of just keeping yourself alive. So I could spend 1 movement. I have to spend another 2 cards just to get back. So 2 tokens, and that would leave me with 2 wilds to do something over here. So I could, well, I could rescue these 2. See, if we know that Thanos is going next anyway, but I haven't really worked on any other. It's going to take me a while to get through these threats though too, isn't it? So maybe I want to hold off on that. Maybe I just want to use the wilds to punch through some of Corvus here. Or again, I could do the same thing over here to Proxima and hope that Thanos doesn't stay where he is and hammer old thingy. Hammer old Bob there. Or, let's see, I've got my 4 thingy, so I could use 1 move one more move and then do 3 damage to Proxima. Yeah, interesting. What do we think Thanos is going to do? Is he going to move? Alright. Sorry guys, a bit of dead space there while I'm thinking. Otherwise the other option is I can come in here and work on Black Dwarf. And... who do I want to get rid of? Corvus Clave or Proxima? Probably Proxima. Let's head over this way, so we'll spend 1, 2, so 1 movement, 2 movements, and then we'll do 3 damage to her. Alright. Goes back in there. Sorry guys, that took a long time deciding. It's probably not very exciting if you guys are watching. So let's put that in there, but I guess you guys could be thinking about what you would be doing in my place. Probably choosing different heroes is probably what you would say. Right, so Bob's just had his turn. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to take use of that, did we? Maybe that was a mistake. Alright, but then Mr. Thanos is going to have a turn. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Another one of these. Now, from now on, heroes must ignore 1 movement each turn. Oh goodness. G'day folks, it's Meeple Monkey here. Just wanted to jump in here at this point just to apologise because from this point onwards I start making a sort of an ongoing mistake with this card, the Infinity Stone. So even though I'm choosing to interpret the ability to use wilds as a way to ignore the fact that you have to ignore a movement because it says to ignore movement symbols rather than well, yeah, and essentially, so I'm sort of view that as, well, if you are using a wild, then you're not having to ignore that movement, I guess. But regardless of whether that's true or not, I essentially forget to forget about this card altogether. So anytime that I'm using movement for the rest of the game, I'm forgetting about the fact that I'm supposed to ignore 1 movement. So yeah, like I said, I'll talk more about it at the end of the game, but because I realise it only at the end. So, but if you do notice it, yeah, apologies that if this impacts your enjoyment of the game. But I still really enjoyed it. I didn't want to sort of redo the whole video because I think this video is still really fun and tells a really good story. So hopefully you enjoy it as well. And yeah, just apologies for the mistake here. So, but let's get back into the game. All right, thanks. See ya. Wait, ignore 1 movement symbol each turn. Does that mean we can, if we're using wilds to move, does that not affect us? Oh gosh, I'll have to have a think about that. We got, I don't know if we're lucky or not lucky. We're unlucky in that all the stones have come out, so now we're dealing with the effects of all of these stones. But 2 of which are like ongoing. But Thanos hasn't done anything, he hasn't progressed his thing. But I guess he is progressing his deck though, isn't he? I wonder if I'm supposed to be playing... No, I don't think so. Am I supposed... Let me just double check here. Am I supposed to be playing his Master Plan card after putting a stone out? When Infinity Stone is drawn from the Master, it is played into the storyline just like anything. Their effects are very powerful. Okay. No? Okay. I guess the fact that they're very powerful sort of make, like, because it does, the more he earns, I guess the more time you've got to fight against him because his deck, but I guess that's why he's got so many effects where his deck sort of is being raced there. So, and I think really it's not him taking you out is not so much based on the decks. I think it's more based on him just bamming you and KOing you. All right. So it is Apocalypse's turn. He's got a whole bunch of things here, so we've got to get him having a big turn this turn. But unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of say in what he is going to bring to us in terms of his cards. We're going to have to use his wilds. And then we've left ourselves a bit wild starved at the moment, haven't we? We've got to maybe... Yeah, although now that we've all spread out, we're not going to be able to get those wilds back again, are we? Maybe we should have left like 2 guys there at least or something. Alright, so what have we got here? Oh, it's a single punch. Alright, so what can we do with a single punch? Right, so we have to play that. We're going to get a wild and a punch. A wild and a punch plus 3 more wilds and 2 more punches. So really, we could do a lot here. We could move. That's 1 wild. We could punch. That's another. That's our punch. That's our 2 cards played. Now, do we have enough to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. We do, in fact, have enough to take out Black Dwarf. 1, 2, 3. Is that what we do? Because then we just have to do 1 more damage to approximate. It's just we're spending a lot of potential punch power that could have been used on Thanos on his henchmen, and then when it comes time to actually dealing with Thanos, we're not doing much. Alright, well, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take out... Because I was thinking the other thing we could do is just use that extra movement to get to here. Take out Proxima Midnight. Rescue some of these guys on the way, so therefore clearing that threat, clearing another, or clearing that mission, being 1 away from the threat there. I think that might be a better move than taking out Black Dwarf. Because it's just a lot, we're spending a lot of punches on him, and I could be saving some. But I've got 3 punches here, don't I? I've got 1 punch. Let me think about this. What if I went... One move, 2... So I had 3... What did I have? 2 of these and I had 3 of these. So 2 wilds to move to get to this point. And I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just 2 to move. Sorry. 1 there to move. 1 there to move. So that's the 2 to get there. 1 punch, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5. So that would be enough to take out Corvus Glaive. We've essentially just spent another movement to get there, haven't we? So it's not really... I think maybe we want to have Apocalypse closer to here so we can maybe gain some more tokens with one of these guys. This is a nasty effect though, but let's get rid of Corvus Glaive. I mean, Black Dwarf. Let's do it. Well, I've drawn the card anyway, so let's just stick with that. Maybe that plan was better, but anyway. Okay. Well, I guess the good news here is, so we've spent all of those. The good news here is now we're going to get, we're not putting Thanos under pressure straight away here, so we are going to get 2 more turns here, because I don't think Doctor Doom forces us like Bob does to sort of skip the next turn. Okay, so we're drawing this now. See, this would be perfect to use this card, because now we've got 1, 2, 3 symbols we can use. But unfortunately we've got to randomize this, so let's randomize it, see what we can do with Doctor Doom. Now, so where are we at here? What's the state of play? We've got to do 1 damage to Proxima Midnight, and we have to rescue 2 civilians. Right. Alright, well, let's see what Doctor Doom can do. He doesn't have any tokens, so he's going to do 2 wild and a punch. Okay. 2 wild and a punch. Alright. Where is he? He's over here. Oh! And Doctor Doom has ended his turn here as well. Oh, but I don't think that's right. This hadn't been cleared until Magneto got here. I was like, oh, why isn't Doctor Doom healed up? That's because I think Doctor Doom only put 2 heroics down there. Why am I putting, okay, sorry, so 2 here. So, a punch. A punch is a bit wasted, isn't it? We don't have enough to get over here to punch her. That's a shame. I suppose that's going to be handy for Magneto though, having that down, so that's not too bad. But what can we do with it instead? I suppose our best course of action, I mean, I could stay here and heal. That's not a bad idea. Like, I could move, punch Corvus Glaive and move back and heal. Or, in order to move this forward, I might want to rescue, but I can't rescue enough, can I? I was going to say I can move here, rescue 1, and then do 1 punch. So I can move, punch, and rescue. That's not going to be enough rescuing, but it's going to put us close. But if we only need to do 1 more threat, do we even need to worry about Corvus Glaive? Maybe not. But see, if we're moving forward, moving back, then we're not even doing that much anyway, are we? 2-2. Well, just in case we decide to go with Corvus, because I guess Magneto's coming up next, and he isn't necessarily in a position to take out Proxima. But he might be able to, if we can weaken Corvus, he might be able to do something to Corvus with these 2. So let's do that. Doctor Doom's going to head over there. He's going to deal a damage to Corvus, and he's going to rescue 1 civilian. Alright. He's going to stay where he is. Who's coming up after? Where's Bob? Bob's over there. Bob the Builder. What could Bob be doing? What could you be doing? Just thinking, is it worth healing Doctor Doom? Alright. Magneto, let's find out what you're going to do. He's got some decent cards there. They're all punching though, aren't they? But I guess punching Corvus is what we need, but I've got a feeling if he's got 4 health, we're only going to be able to do maximum of 3 here, so I don't think we're going to have enough. We could maybe do some rescuing if we get some wilds, but well, we've got wilds here, so maybe that's the play. Okay, he is, oh, here we go. You can treat all symbols. What What a useless time to get this card. Oh god, that Mind Stone's really messing with us. So we've drawn that one, so unfortunately on the turn where all we have is wild, we're treating everything as wild. So okay, Magneto. He essentially has three things he can do. Alright. So let's move in one. And let's rescue for one, I guess. So one, he's rescued. And then, so that clears that one there, puts us a little bit closer. Let's tip these in here. Okay, clear that one. And so he's moved, he has done that, but we've done one rescue, so he can now do a punch or a rescue. So I could try and whittle this down, or I could just... I think I'm going to use my last one, maybe to spread out. I'm not really worried about working on him now. I think that was just, yeah, I think it was a bit of a wasted turn with Dr. Doom, but this isn't too full at the moment. I know he could potentially fill that straight up, but I think I'm going to come over here and just maybe be in a position to work on that, if maybe like Thanos' thing has a good location under it or something, or just to be spread out as well so we don't get hit. And there's more of us likely to be able to hurt Thanos wherever he ends up. Okay. But now Thanos does get to go. So, I think Bob's in a bit of trouble here. I think he is too, yeah. Because Thanos does a BAM. So, So Bob gets KO'd and eliminated. Okay. Oh, that's a shame. And Bob was right there to do the business. All right, and then Apocalypse loses a card. So self-molecular is pretty good because that's maybe we'll get rid of one of these survival. No, they're pretty good because they're for moving and punching. You must draw 2 cards if possible at the end of the turn. Okay. We've got 3 survival of fittest now. They're all punches. They're good for taking out Thanos, but let's get rid of one of those. So we've got a bit of options with him. And then I think it's Magneto's the other guy on the other side. Is that right? Let's double check here. Bam, deal 2 damage to each hero in his location. It was just thingy. Then you add 1 damage and 1 damage to each hero in adjacent locations here. So the other one is Magneto. I guess we'll get rid of the wild. The punches. Unless Thanos lands exactly where Magneto is, he's going to be relying on Dr. Doom giving him... I suppose Dr. Doom always generally has wilds though, so hopefully he can give him the movement he needs. I'm going to keep those and get rid of the single wild. Then... let's see... We have to go through the BAMs. Unfortunately, Proxima Midnight is also going to BAM us, and I guess we should do it on Apocalypse. Okay. Since he has the most buffer zone there. Is that a good move, or should I have, like... I don't know. Let's put Bob... Where's Bob? What do I do with Bob? Oh, over here. Let's put him on Thanos' thing, just to show that he has been taken out. Okay. Right. That's a shame we lost one before we could really do the next thing. Okay. There's no other BAM effect. No, I think we're good. Did he put anything down? He didn't put anything else down though, did he? Alright, so if we can clear this threat, we can just start dealing damage to Proxima, so that's not too bad. And it was going to be Bob's turn, so who is... Let me just double check. Where does Bob... Does he start in the hero starting location? Or does he start where Bob was eliminated from? Okay. Players pick a new hero starting their next turn as if they had been KO'd, placing their piece in any location of their choice and drawing 4 cards. Oh, well. Interesting. Now, I've got Cable, I've got Nova, and I have the Silver Surfer. Now, I sort of had picked, because we only picked 3, I was sort of thinking Silver Surfer was probably, he's attached to Doctor Doom, so maybe I should bring him in there. I really can pick, I guess. I thought maybe Cable sort of associated maybe with like Magneto or something, but he also has something to do with Deadpool, doesn't he? So maybe I should take Cable in, or Silver Surfer's pretty cool. I don't know. Either way, we're going to be getting someone who has to act randomly, though, don't we? So, which is a shame. We've only got the one. I suppose whatever we do, we're probably going to get to use this, so at least we'll be able to take out Proxima Midnight and make Thanos vulnerable. But is that right? Was it Magneto? Yeah, it was Magneto. Does he have a starting hand card? No. So we'll use Cable. And hopefully he gets some like firepower here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drawing 4 cards, but we've got to play it randomly. All right, what did we get? So we've got Techno something, Punch, and you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. Not the greatest at the moment. He's got another one of those, so another Punch and a Wild. Plus healing, but we're not damaged at the moment. Psychic Mastery, he gets a Heroic, which is not the greatest at the moment. Each hero draws a card, then they discard it. Okay, so we're basically just getting to cycle our deck, and then just a single one of these. I'll just hold that one up. I don't know if I held that one up long enough for you guys to be able to read it. But just lets us all cycle our decks a little bit. Alright, so let's see. I probably would prefer one of those healing ones just to get that extra punch, I guess, against Thanos. Alright. Well, there you go. Alright, so he's got 2 wilds he can use and a punch, so I guess let's use 2 of them to punch Thanos and 1 of them to get rid of Proxima. So she is out of there. That is going to allow us to clear our last mission there. And now we can do, so we've got essentially 1, 2, and we can do 2 damage to Thanos, knocking him down to 12. Right, now 1, 2, 3, but Thanos is now under pressure, so we're only going to get 1 more turn, so this is going to be Apocalypse. So, oh, what did I do there? I picked up the wrong thing. Anyway, well, that's his deck, but let's shuffle this deck, I guess. I picked up the wrong thing. Sorry, here's his hand of cards. We're going to draw 1 more for the beginning of his turn. And let's see. Whoops, I should be doing... hold on. I should... Well, I think I just drew that, which is his movement, and that would be awful if we got that. Oh, let's see. What's Cable doing here? You may move to any other location. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I wonder if I should move Cable here, just so A, he could team up with people to generate these tokens, but also just, you know, I'm guessing Thanos is likely to move, so if he moves again he might be over here or he might come over here, so that's my plan. Alright, let's see what we get. Ah, we got the movement. That is awful. What a waste. Alright, so do we move over here to team up with... Oh, what was this too? You may swap the position. Did I miss this completely? When was I able to do this? You may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. Oh man, that would have been super helpful for Doctor Doom. I could have put... Oh yeah, because I could have... Oh no, I could have grabbed a... Although most of them... are only throwing one symbol anyway, so maybe that's not that, yeah. Maybe we kind of got the most out of what we were going to do anyway. Where was that? Oh, that was his card over here. I don't even think he was over here at the moment anyway. Yeah, okay, I don't think it's that big a deal, but that would have been good to know. Alright, so we're moving and doing a wild, so we can either move in and do a punch, I guess. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's move in. Punch Thanos for 1. He's down to 11, I think, now. And then shift over to here, so that at the end of the next turn, if Cable stays here, he can generate a token and vice versa. They can generate tokens off each other. Okay. Right. But now Thanos is going to go again. He's going to move 3. So he's actually going to avoid the bad guys, which is, I guess, a good thing. 1, 2, 3. Because he's only then doing 1 damage to each of us. Oh. That's... So he's actually not bamming. But he's healing. So all that... I guess we're lucky we didn't do that much damage to him, but he heals 5 damage. So he's up to starting health, so we basically just did nothing to him. Oh, that's a shame. He's back to... Was he on 14? So I think we said he was on 11, so there's 3 more health. I guess that's not bad. I guess if we had done 5 damage to him, that would have been even worse. Oh god, I hope he doesn't have more of those in the deck. Whose turn is it now? It is Dr. Doom. And Dr. Doom's pretty... Oh no, I was going to say he's pretty far away, but he's not that far away. This is really... this is what's going to kill us, is we just have no agency over what we're doing. We don't even get to choose. So we can move and punch. I guess we're lucky there. Alright. So move and punch. And we can... Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've got 2 movement. That generates us a star. I guess let's just clear the deck here a little bit with the civilians. And then we can... This is Dr. Doom, right? Yep. And then we can move in and do a punch. So, whoop-de-doo, we've done 1 punch. Drop in the ocean, but better than nothing. Okay. Move. Got the star from the power-up card. Done 1 punch. Okay. Then it is Magneto's turn. The problem with Magneto is he is too far away. We needed him to get the double move. So here we go. Oh yeah, he's not even going to... We're not going to be able to do anything with him this turn because he's got... And if he does get the double punch, that's even worse. Okay. Did we heal up? Oh, we should heal Dr. Doom for landing in that location. He's got himself one of those minus the power cards. Yeah, I just don't think we're going to be able to do anything here if we're just not able to choose our cards properly. Alright, so what are we doing here? What does that say? It is a double punch. So wow, that's a huge waste of potential there. Wow. Alright, where do we think Thanos is going to land? 3 punches. How much has he got? He's got that many. So we're over here. Do I stay where I am to be in a position to be close to him? Or do I do a single move where I can punch out 2 thugs, at least work towards that goal there, then I can teleport, but whoever's going to be here is probably not going to want to... put these guys back. Let's move here and do 3 damage to Corvus Glaive, and then maybe we could be making our way to this location here. But I feel like now we're really hemmed in, and if Thanos ends up all the way around here... Is that useful? Oopsie. Who am I moving? Oh yeah, it is Magneto. Maybe do I go over here? Where is he? Nah, I think I'm going to go here, and I might not even use this ability. I think I might just stay where I am, just to sort of spread ourselves out a little bit. Okay, well, let's see. Where are we up to? That was frustrating. Thanos. What's Thanos going to do? He's going to move to... Well, I guess Magneto's lucky he didn't land directly on him. Then he's going to bam. So Magneto is going to take 1 damage. Let's get rid of the single star. Okay. Then he's going to drop some civilians in these spots. So he's not civilians, sorry, thugs. 1, 2, and 3. And he's moved very far away from us, I notice. He's opposite the next few people to have turns, which is awful. Oh God. Alright, and look at this double punch that could have been used. Oh, this is so bad. Alright, so Magneto. Alright. Oh, we've got to draw one for Cable. Oh, you just got a movement. Well, I suppose we do want some movement, but not if it's not going to get us anywhere. I suppose if I can't do much this turn, I should stay where I am to at least gain a wild token from Apocalypse. So we've got the another wasted thingy here. So we've got a wild and 2 punches, so I can move. Oh man, you may... Does it say you may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline? Right, okay. So I can only move once and do a double punch, which is completely wasted. So I guess I should just stay where I am and gain a wild token. Oh. Okay, so you're in the same boat here, Mr. Oh, I keep doing that. Apocalypse, let's draw 1 card. He's got Celestial Energy Manipulation. What does that do? You must gain 2 tokens. At the end of your turn, take this. Okay. Oh, well, that might give us the movement we need to get over there, but... Okay. Let's see what he can do. Wow, that's such a... Survival of the fittest. So he's going to play this face down. Oh, no. Okay, we better do this. So... Alright, what he can do is he is going to, so he's going to have to move, otherwise we're just going to be damaging ourselves. So let's move to here. You must deal damage to everything else in your location. Discard, also we can at least damage the thug. We have to discard all of these guys, which is not necessarily the worst because we've already rescued the ones we need to. You have to turn this face down, but unfortunately the wild and the... So we've moved. We've done that. We could move again. And move again. And then punch that thug. And then teleport anywhere we want. Or we could end here and swap the last 2 cards. Oh, well, here you go. What I could do. So let's put a... Should we put a move and a punch? So what I could do, if I stay where I am here, sort of wasting these, but then I could move... Not that one. These 2. Swap any 2 positions. Swap any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. And that way whoever's coming up next can get a move and a punch. Which hopefully might be enough to get him towards Thanos. Whoever that might be. Okay. But Thanos is going to have something to say about that. He's going to move 3. He's not going to ban though. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, and did Apocalypse just go? Oh, he did 2. Okay, so he's going to put a bunch of thugs down. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. And now it must be Doctor Doom's turn. So at least Doctor Doom can move and do 1 punch. So that's not too bad. He has to draw... Hold on. But yes, he healed himself by going here, so he has to draw a card now. Okay. So he just drew... I'm guessing he just drew this double punch. That'd be a great one to get this turn. Or one of those Power is Mine ones. They'd be not bad. Okay. Although, do they advance the... There must be a downside to those. What that one then? Turn them all face... Oh, I've turned them all face down, which is not that bad, actually. Alright, hopefully we want to get that one, or maybe the double punch. What did we get? The Power is Mine? Alright, so Doctor Doom's had enough of this upstart Thanos, and he wants to take him out. Alright, let's do it. So... Oh, this is not too bad either. So we're going to move here. We're going to deal 1 punch. Oh, how many can you do? Oh my goodness. This turn you can use the symbols at the bottom of the 3 previous hero cards in the storyline. So hold on, that's 1, 2, and 3. That's a lot of punches. Oh, here we go. So we've done the movement. Then we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of here. There we go. Oh, and we get to gain another token for ending in this spot. So that wasn't too bad. We didn't generate multiples. Oh, we did. We generated 2 of these, but that's essentially just gave us a movement. So I guess we could move again, but I don't think we want to because... And I did this in the last game, apologies. Someone mentioned this in the comments, but I'd sort of thought I was going to stay where I was and gain some sort of token or whatever it was. And then I changed my mind and moved, and I didn't put the token back, so I used an extra token that I shouldn't have, but luckily it sort of didn't affect the game at that stage, because I think I was just clearing civilians that we'd already sort of completed that mission anyway. Do I move? Because here's the thing. Thanos is probably less likely to end, like, he's probably going to be more over this side, so we want to maybe be moving towards him. So do I move this way with Doctor Doom? Then I can make the next turn better for... Oh yeah, because this is going to go face down, right? Then turn them all face down. Yeah, okay, so I've got to turn these ones face down. 1, 2... Oh, not this one, sorry. That one stays up. These 3 go face down. But I can maybe move like a move and a punch or a double wild in. Yeah. That's essentially giving me 2 wilds rather than 1. So I'll give the token back because I'm not going to stay there. And that way I'm a bit closer to Thanos. Now, if he lands on both of us, we get a bit nailed there. But, alright. So... That was pretty good. Now, who's coming up next? The only problem is Magneto's a bit far away, but I guess the good thing is here, Magneto potentially can Hit 1, 2, so he can at least get the movement to get there. Whether or not he actually does anything with it is another matter entirely. Alright, so here... Oh, he's only got the 1 card. Oh, goodness, he's really low on health. Alright. He is in a bit of trouble, this Magneto. Okay. Oh, here we go. So, let's put that one back. Magnetokinesis? Okay, some made up Magneto word, here we go. Alright, so magnetokinesis. Alright, it's like telekinesis but with magnets. Alright, so split as you like in your and adjacent locations. So he's got... I only have to spend... Whoa, this is dangerous though. I only have to spend 1 movement. We could go here. Problem is then Thanos has got potentially heaps of turns where we're nowhere near him. But I could do a bunch of damage with this because I could do 3 plus 1 more of these, so I could do 4 damage to him. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Let's do it. Or do we do 1 less damage just to be a bit more spread out? And then gain another token. But I could again... Oh, see, this is going to be garbage, but then I can... You may swap the position. Yeah, we're doing the... There, see, we're getting smashed because of Infinity War or whatever, and now we're using Endgame to, like, use this thing here. 2 cards of your choice. Yeah, let's stay here. Hit him from a distance. Again, because he's probably more likely to come around this way. So being here is better than being here, I think. And then we can swap these 2. Is that right? Is this cheating? You may swap the position of any 2 hero cards of your choice in the storyline. I feel like that's legit. I feel like that is legit. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Now, Cable's coming up next, which is unfortunate because he's probably going to be... And we'll see how far he moves. Maybe he won't move at all, but then Cable might be in trouble then. But, alright, so Thanos is going to move 2. He's going to bam. So this is, I guess in a sense, 1, 2. It's not terrible. He's going to add 2 civilians here. That's not great. Because we left Calder's Glaive alive there. Discard 1 thing from Thanos' location and from both adjacent locations. There's none here. 1 here, 1 here. Okay. So that goes there, that goes there, goes there. Goes, yep, so we get rid of those. Okay. Because his band doesn't affect us. He's far away though from us, that's the problem. I've got to do 4 damage to him. But at least I've got 2 movement to get there. I can do something to him. Potentially. Depending on what that Cable's got in his hand. Okay. We've got this wild token too, which is not too bad. Okay, so we've got to draw 1 more. What do we just draw then? Psychic Mastery maybe? No, we already had that. I don't know what I just drew then, but that's a bit of a garbage hand, isn't it? Okay, we're working with... Dr. Doom has set us up here to do at least a little bit of damage. Okay. Oh man. Well, ideally I'd like to put something down with Wild just to give us a bit more movement or something for the other characters. Okay. It's a movement. Okay, well that's... At least it gives someone else a movement if that's what if they get enough movement. Is that enough? I think they need 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so even 2 movements not going to be great. So I can move. I can move again, and I can do some moving and moving, and I can do 2 damage to him. 1 with the thingy and 1 with the other one. So that's 2 damage. Oh, he's down to 2. All right. Let's see, who's coming up next? My decks are getting a bit far away here. So Apocalypse, he's going to draw a card, so he's got this one here. Okay. So he's got 2 of those, and then he's also got this healing one. So there's none of those. I guess none of those are too bad. We might not be able to do anything to... Unless we get that one where he draws 2 wild tokens. I'm just thinking that might be enough to get us in there and do at least 1 damage, but I don't know. Alright. So what did we get? No, he's got the healing one, so that's... We can't really do anything this turn. Let me just have a look. What would... So we're going to do 1... So we would have had 1... We would have had 1, 2, 3. We would have only been able to do 1 damage. Okay. Okay, so we can move and do a wild, but we also get to draw 2 cards. 1, 2, draw 2 cards. So he's got 2 survival of the fittest there. So for coming up, hopefully that we could use that. If he can survive long enough to be around for the end of the game. Alright. So. Again, I think my best bet is to get Dr. Doom to help himself here. I think I stay where I am and give Dr. Doom 2 wilds. What's Dr. Doom got? He's got 2 punches. See if he can get that. That's going to help us. That's going to help us. Double punches could help, but we'd only have the 2 wilds, so we wouldn't have enough to get to where we're going. What we really need is that minus the power card. Alright, Dr. Doom. So I think I'm going to stay here. Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'll take this one now. Oh, this one got to... At the end of the turn, place this face down. Oh, no brainer. I'm going to have to do... See, if we get that minus the power one, 1, 2, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 anyway, isn't it? Doesn't really matter. So I think I'm interested in just making this better for his turn anyway. Let's just do that. Okay. I like that we got rid of Bob because he's not accelerating Thanos' turns anymore. These ones aren't too bad as long as I can keep manipulating the quantum realm here. Wow, this thing is saving us. I think it would be good night Irene otherwise. Okay. I really hope I haven't done something glaringly wrong and you guys are like, this whole game is invalid, because I feel like it's really tough, but it's doable, it's close. Okay. Is it our turn? What just happened? Dr. Doom just do... Wait, are we not even going to get a turn before Thanos goes? Maybe we don't even need the movement. Alright. I think it's actually Thanos' turn now, isn't it? Because Apocalypse, that's right, Apocalypse just went, didn't he? And then we swapped his card. So Apocalypse went, he's had his turn. Dr. Doom will be going next, but actually Thanos goes first, and this could mess us up. Okay. Thanos is going to move 1. He's going to bam us. So he's going to do 2 damage here, doesn't hurt anyone. He's going to do 1 damage to Cable. I think I saw some garbage here with Cable. Yeah, let's just get rid of this heroic here. Alright, chuck that in the trash. Alright, in the bin you go. Alright, he would have bammed over here. Luckily he's not actually putting anything else out, but he is discarding 1 civilian from his location. Oopsie. I feel like this hasn't affected us that much. I feel like I would have thought we would have been under a lot more pressure with these civilians overflowing and the thugs coming in and that sort of thing. I'm wondering why this doesn't feel that like it's felt more tight in terms of what's felt more tight, I guess, is the race against the clock almost, because we just have had so many floundering turns where we can't do a lot and combo our things together. We've been very lucky that this has allowed us to get some more agency out of our combos. I think maybe the fact that the stones came out, we had a huge length of time where, yes, those were some bad effects, but Thanos' agenda wasn't kicking into gear, and it gave us time to sort of knock out a lot of the key pieces like Proxima, and I mean, Corvus Glaive, you could argue maybe we've left him alive, but he hasn't landed on Corvus more than once, and we got rid of Ebony Maw, so he hasn't been able to race his thing as quickly. So maybe that's, I don't know, unless I'm playing this wrong, for each thug token that can't be added to a location, turn the leftmost. It just hasn't happened. He hasn't been dropping them or anything. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So I definitely discarded one from there. There was nothing here. I think I haven't discarded this one yet. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've discarded that. So that's that. Okay. Now, do we have enough movement with Dr. Doom to get there and finish the business? Right, Dr. Doom, you've got 1, 2, 3 cards. I've got to draw a fourth. I drew, a single punch. Ideally, we would like not to get that. That would be not the best. Double punches. Is that enough? I think it might be. I think Dr. Doom is about to say, good night, Thanos. Thanks for coming, buddy, but you clearly don't know how to pose. Look at this. He's like, this is how you pose. Look at this. He's like, you call that a gauntlet? Alright, so Dr. Doom, unless I've got this horribly wrong, this is the card we randomly drew. I cannot believe that hasn't messed us up more than it did. Like, it's messed us up, but we have been, I feel, incredibly lucky not to have had way more dead turns. I feel like we've been able to progress things. Thanos has put himself heaps far away from us, but we've still managed to get there and whittle down, well, more than 14 health. 17 health, because he healed 3. Yeah, I think we've been really lucky. So I think this is the nail in the coffin. I think this is game over, because we've got, and I like how Dr. Doom, this is true Dr. Doom style, right? I've been seeing, the people in the Discord have been sharing, and I think I've been seeing things on Facebook about just man mode, how just boss mode Dr. Doom is. He just he's got no time for anyone else. He's all about how good he is, because he's using his his double wiles, his own cards. He's been just sharing his own cards with everyone, assisting everyone. This card has helped about 3 or 4 of them in a row to do what we need to do. It's Dr. Doom and Quantum Tunnel for the win. I think that's been the MVP. I think this location, and good thing, because I was actually not going to use. You guys are like, just shut up and do that. Just take him out. But I want to point out. The Black Dwarf, as soon as I saw that card come out, I thought, there's no way I'm spending 6 punches to take out this guy who only affects, he doesn't do anything else, he doesn't affect anyone else from a distance, he doesn't race the agenda or anything like that. He just sits there and is just a thing that, if you want to clear that objective, you've got to spend 6 to do it. Garbage. I thought, there's no way I'm wasting any time doing that. And it just happened to be that because of where we were stuck and we didn't have enough movement to get really anywhere else to deal with the other guys, or I would have just wasted a whole bunch of movement to get there and take them out. He sort of made the most sense to do it, and luckily we did, because this location has absolutely saved the day. I mean, Dr. Doom will claim that it was all him, but really, I think Ant-Man's out there somewhere. He needs a big round of applause, because this Quantum Tunnel's doing the business. Alright, so with all of that out of the way, let's finally take out Thanos. So here you go, a bear killer. Thank you very much for just such a great idea for this campaign. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have all really been sort of enjoying it and invested in the story of taking on villain after villain and getting to Thanos. I'm really glad I was able to take Apocalypse into the battle. I'm really glad that Apocalypse has survived to the end, and he didn't do too bad a job, to be honest. He has held his own. What he really did was he gave himself a lot of survivability and gave us an opportunity to earn a lot of those tokens there, and he had a big monster turn himself. I think he was one that actually might have taken out Black Dwarf there, so I'm really glad that he's shone in this battle. I feel like Magneto's done a bit of good. He definitely, his long range attacks have come in handy. Bob, well, thanks for coming, Bob, but you were a liability, let's be honest. Cable's done okay. He came in and sort of, he wasn't amazing, but he had just the right cards to do a little bit, just to keep whittling things down, just to keep things going when he did come in. But Doctor Doom, let's be honest, Doctor Doom has been man of the hour, so let's do it. 1 wild, 2 wilds. Luckily this doesn't say each Thanos in this location requires 3 damage to take your damage, but it's that's beside the point. We're now going to do our 2 straight up punches, and you know what? These straight up punches would have given us another movement. That would have given us the movement we needed to get there. And you know what? I'm actually thinking, was there someone back here where we had a turn where I thought, oh, I've got the double punch or something with someone out here? Did someone have a double punch? Maybe not, because I'm not seeing it. Maybe I was worried that the double punch was going to come in, but I was like, oh, that's going to be garbage because we're not going to get the movement. That might have given us the movement to get where we needed anyway. But anyway, longest wind-up ever. Dr. Doom, really, he does like to explain his plans a lot. I feel like he does like to go on a bit and talk about how good he is. But comes in, double punch, down goes Thanos. And unbelievably, I cannot believe it. I love that it's also the last card in the cycle, so we would have had to keep going around the top if we kept going, but that was epic. I really enjoyed that. I'm really hoping I didn't stuff up any major rules that it would make this victory invalid, because holy moly, that felt like we earned that. Like, this team, I guess that's the thing, it feels like a team of garbage because they so don't work together, but if you get lucky enough, they're so, the thing is that their effects are so powerful in and of themselves that it's almost like getting to sort of combine a couple of heroes' turns together anyway. You get so much bang for your buck out of their cards. It really did hurt not being able to combo them together in the way that we wanted. I feel like we could have maybe even done a better job if we'd done that, but that Mind Stone messed us up. But again, the Mind Stone coming out was one less Thanos card where he was progressing his agenda and that sort of thing. This one here wasn't too bad. It sort of just weakened us a little bit, but I guess this is the other thing too. We were really lucky that these 3 locations were like so close to us, and even this was helpful too because it allowed us to sort of get to the ones we wanted to get to. But being able to sort of bring back characters that were on the brink to sort of be a bit more survivable, you know, all we would have had to take out was a couple more there, and we would have been in a lot of trouble there. Yeah, really good. I sort of lost my train of thought there. I'm not sure what the point I was trying to make was, but yeah, really liked with those locations. I think I was talking about the stones, yeah, so that one wasn't too bad. This, oh no. Uh-oh. This is interesting. Okay, you guys are probably all sitting there saying, hey, Meeple Monkey. Remember you were saying that you stuffed up something majorly? I've just noticed that these movements, we would have had to ignore 1 movement each turn. Now, only thing now, so it's it's one of those things. It's like, how much of that would have affected us? How many more of these turns? Like, on how many turns was it not a wild? Because I feel like there are a lot of turns where we were using the wilds to move. So I think Dr. Doom's not going to accept defeat here. I think Dr. Doom's going to say, no, this is clearly valid. But you guys could probably tell me in the comments how many of those turns, like having that 1 movement was critical. Like, how many extra punches wouldn't we have been able to do to him, sort of thing? Because the way I'm reading this, and so I am reading this and I could be wrong with this as well, because if I'm reading this wrong, then clearly there would have been a lot of movement we would have needed to spend here. But it says here, heroes must ignore one movement symbol each turn, but if we're using the wilds as movement symbols, I feel like that negates that power. I could be wrong, maybe that's against the spirit of that card, but I feel like that's like being pretty specific there. Now the other thing too is I'm not sure that, like, for example, there were some turns I know where we did have double punches where we would have had enough movement anyway to get where we needed to go. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I wonder how many of those. It's a bit. It's a shame that that's come up now. I wish there would have been. I'd noticed that a bit earlier and maybe been able to pay attention to it. But yeah. Oh, anyway, as you can see, I'm still pretty happy with that. I wonder how. Let's see whose turn would have been. That was Dr. Doom's turn. I wonder how many. Like, if we could have kept going, like, let's have a look at Magneto. He would have drawn one extra card. He would have only got punches here, right? So he then wouldn't have been able to do much in his turn because he would have just had to sit there. He could have helped Dr. Doom help out. I guess it would have been Cable next. But let's have a look. So Cable would have. Thanos would have moved 2, so he would have gone 1, 2. He would have landed on these guys, bammed them. That would have been enough to actually take Magneto out. And seriously weakened Apocalypse. I think he only had 3 cards there, so he would have been down to 1 card. Luckily, thanks to that molecular healing he did. Then he would have put out some more thugs. That wouldn't have done much, but it would have come down to sort of the fact that Magneto would have put us, a little bit closer there. We would have had to bring someone else in. So it's all a bit unknown now, isn't it? Like, what would we have got? So we would have got a bunch of punches, but without much movement. Luckily, we would have swapped that over with Magneto, though, probably. But yeah, I wonder how many more turns we would have lasted there. But I guess it's up to you guys. You guys can, if you were actually paying attention and counting how many times we would have missed doing a punch here or a punch there, how much more health would he have had? Like, would there have been turns where we wouldn't have even had the movement to get to him at all? I feel like there were a lot of wilds there that we were using those, so I don't know. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. It's taken the wind out of my sails a little bit noticing this space stone there, because I really can't think now whether that would have been a successful mission or not, but I still really enjoyed it. I hope you guys really enjoyed it too. I guess you guys can now have your own battles. I hope more and more of you are getting your gear. I hope those of you who have got the all-in pledges, or at least the Infinity Gauntlet campaign, have seen what you can do with it now and how you can sort of mix and match all your different sets and put everything into it. Even a motley crew like we had here of all super villains, essentially, still sort of works mechanically perfectly fine with the game. And it's just, the possibilities, the combinations of scenarios and things you can set up and little stories and all that sort of stuff is just endless with this game. So I'm still just having so much fun with it. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I think Bob's given me the hands on hips. He's not happy with the fact that we cheated there with the space stone. But yeah, lots of fun. What else would have Thanos done here? He would have done another big move and a bam. Okay, so we probably could have dealt with these, like, moving around, bamming. We probably could have dealt with this stuff as long as he didn't do enough bams to actually take our characters out. But yeah, another bam there, and oh, his last card, that would have been really depressing. He would have healed another 5. But anyway, well, thank you guys, and hopefully the camera hasn't run out. And I hope you really enjoyed that, and catch you next time. Meeple Monkey out. Thanks, guys.